What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. And today we are driving a 2019 Ford F350. I cannot wait to drive the new 2024 heavy duties with the new power stroke. And of course the 7.3. Like, that's what I'm so excited for. Now, I gotta get the engine warmed up. I just got it off the lot here. I'm gonna take it on an Mpg run. I want to see how well it does compared to the Ram trucks before it starts to get too cold, and then I have to reset my Mpg runs, because unfortunately when it's 30-40 degrees outside, the truck's gonna get a little bit worse fuel economy. But I did a video on this truck not long ago, and I hooked my trailer up to it, and I showed you guys the payload. I did not know this truck had that derated payload capacity. If I'd known that up front, I would have got the blue truck that they had. But I wanted to show you guys and kind of explain why that was the way it is. And this, again, this is just one thing good about YouTube and why I started my channel, is to know these things before you buy. So stay tuned. Let me get the truck heated up, and then we'll go ahead and get on the Mpg run. Before we get started, I figured I can do some nice pulls to kind of warm it up a little bit more. But this thing is, yeah, this thing pulls hard. 65 miles an hour. I mean, it definitely feels quick on its feet. I mean, having that V8, you know, you can tell that you have that instant torque just from not having the turbos. And then once the turbos spool up, it just goes. I mean, it's really, really cool. And I'm still a big fan of that inline six. I don't know why, you know, I just like the inline six better, but this is still a really, really powerful truck. I mean, wow, 40, 60. I mean, it just 70. It goes. This thing it's pretty quick. I mean, my truck has 1,000 pound-feet of torque, and I mean, it feels, now that it's broken in, it feels about this quick. But once this truck gets broken in, I know it'll be a little bit quicker. Yeah, I'm really excited to see how this truck does on fuel economy, because in terms of performance, it definitely wins that. And if you're interested about 0 to 60, here it goes. Wow. That's really quick. That's definitely quicker than my truck. Definitely. All right, so here's the truck we're looking at today. This is going to be a 2019 Ford F350 single rear wheel 4x4 crew cab. Platinum is the trim. So this is going to be a very short listing of your standard equipment for exterior and interior, and then also for functional safety and security and warranty. Now, if you do get that 6.7 liter power stroke, it is going to set you back $9,100. It's going to come with a 6-speed automatic trans, 355 rear axle. Now, you cannot change that axle if you get the diesel. It just comes as a 355 on the single rear wheels. Now, gooseneck hitch kit is going to be $250. All-weather floor mats. And then this does have the off-road package, which is called the FX4 package. It's going to give you those skid plates. Now, this does have the 10,000 pound GVWR package, rapid heat supplemental heater, engine block heater, snowplow package, fifth wheel hitch prep package, and it's going to have upfitter switches. Just real quickly, Chevy and Ram, please take notes. This is the location where you need to put your auxiliary switches at. Now, the one thing I'm going to take time on is this Payload Downgrade package. That's why this truck does have that, you know, 10,000 pound GVWR. But if you do get the Platinum Ultimate package, which is going to set you back $3,080, it's going to give you the big old sunroof. It's going to give you the adaptive cruise control, lane keep alert, and then ultimate trailer tow cameras. Base price for this truck is going to be $64,510. Options are listed there, and it gives you a total price of $80,680. Now, keep in mind, this truck is not the top of the line. You have a limited package that will actually trump this price point here. If you want a black interior, they give it to you all black. I'm telling you, they give it to you black. You got some LED lights, really nice soft white color too. I mean, this is just a really nice interior. In the back, they give you some power outlets, USBs, and then you have this 100. This is actually a 400 watt. Wow, this is 400 watts. Normally it's about 150. They give you the air vents back in the rear. Really nice door panels. Let's take a look at it in the sun. Black wood trim piece. This is a soft touch here. This is hard plastic, but they give you leather panel here. Aluminum look too on the door. Some chrome accents around the speaker. Really nice interior. And you are going to get rear heated seats on the outboard seats too. And they have a nice little platinum badge. And as you saw, you have that big old sunroof. And I like the fact that these headrests do tilt. Alright, so we're getting on the road now. Go ahead and hit the cruise control. I have a red light up top here, so I'm going to definitely go. Let me just coast a lot more so I can try to get through this light here. But this truck is really fast. Like, it's insanely fast. I mean, I can tell that there's a difference in how quick it is compared to my Ram. And I don't know that it's necessarily like night and day faster. It just feels quicker on its feet. And it's mostly because it has a V8 versus the inline 6. I do find that Ram trucks do have a dead pedal at the very low end. Like when you go to launch it, I just feel like it just doesn't want to go. Especially if you have the Eisen transmission. I feel like it's more apparent in the Eisen than in the 6.8 RFE. So I did have to stop here, but I'm at 12.9 miles to the gallon. Perfect weather too. It's about, I think, 70 degrees today. Yeah, 72 degrees outside right now. So this is perfect weather for a turbo diesel. Alright, so we're back on the road here. We're gonna see what we're gonna get. I'm thinking we'll probably get closer to about what the Rams get. If not, maybe a little bit less because of the V8 configuration, but we'll see. Up front, you do have a really nice layout for the interior. Give you an diesel exhaust brake up top. It's gonna have all your cameras and lane keep assist, all that good stuff. Give you all your controls for your climate, media's up top. Storage. This actually slides closed to cup holders. They also give you cup holders for the rear occupants, but you can steal those if you need to. Very large center console. Place to push your pins. And you do have a power steering wheel that is telescoping. My truck does not telescope in 2019, just as an FYI. Four-wheel drive system, and you do have a brake controller. I did use the exhaust brake, by the way, too. I did not find that it was really aggressive. They do still use incandescent bulbs for your vanities. And up top, they give you a leather wrap dash with some storage. And as I showed you earlier, you have these cool little upfitter switches, place to put your sunglasses. This is how you can control that big old sunroof. This is how you push the glass back, and this is how you push the shade back. And as I mentioned too, you do have LED lights pretty much throughout the entire interior. All right, so we're gonna make our left turn up here right now. Let's take a look at the fuel economy. I am at 17.8, so it's so close to the Ram. I think Ram's like 17.6, 17.9, so close in terms of fuel economy. I'm really hoping that my Ram can beat this truck because this has a V8, so it's already quicker. It can't be more fuel efficient too, guys. Come on. About the same with, you know, the turning radius. Oh crap. I almost hit that rock. I find that you have to push the brakes a little bit further down to the floor compared to my truck. It could just be me, but let me see again. It's a little bit, like when you're at the lower speeds, I felt like I had to really push it. But what we're gonna do now is we're gonna get back on the road. One thing you have to give to Ford is really just their willingness to be number one. You know, they do take a little bit more time to make their trucks just a little bit better than all the others. And you really start to see that apparent when you start seeing Ram and Chevy do a lot of things that Ford does. Like, for example, Ford uses a compacted graphite iron for the engine. It's going to help reduce weight and also just help with overall strength. Ram kind of did the same thing, and you know, there's just a lot of things that Ford has done that, the other brands have done it, and vice versa. I mean, they all kind of steal something from each other, but I find that Ford does a lot of things first. And I noticed that TFL Truck did a video, and I guess the Ford didn't have a chance to finish the test they were going to do. And you know, that's kind of normal for a brand like Ford because they build so many trucks. I mean, you have to think, you're spitting out trucks like this so quickly. You're the #1 manufacturer. Think of how many trucks they're selling. You're gonna have issues. I mean, and even if you're not selling that many trucks, you're still gonna have issues. So just understand. I mean, these trucks are not gonna be 100% bulletproof. You know, even with my truck, I mean, I find that there's things that I don't, you know, necessarily find it or built well or I like about it. Like my truck has like a weird shape, you know, and of course it's just because of my really aggressive tires, so I can't really blame Ram for that. But even when I have my standard tires on there, it still had like a very hint of like a shimmy and just the overall truck. I mean, you can just feel it kind of shake a little bit, and then as the tires warm up, it just goes away. But I mean, from start to finish, I mean, this truck feels really solid. I would give that to Ford. They make a solid truck, and you know, although this is a V8 diesel and it is quiet, it definitely does ride pulls and it's not loud. The 7.3s back in the day were loud. Like my father-in-law, he has a black 7.3 liter, I think it's a 2000. That bad boy is loud. Now granted, he has a tune and an exhaust on it and an intake system, so it's loud. I mean, and it's really loud compared to this. But like I said, this truck is just really easy to drive. I mean, very comfortable. I've mentioned this in the last video, very comfortable seats. And yeah, I mean, it's just, I think that Ford makes a good truck. I'm not a hater. Like, I'm a car guy. Like, I don't have a favorite. Like, I love my Ram. I really love the inline 6. If Ram were to stop using that, it would be hard for me to just say I gotta buy a Ram again. But I really do like the way Ram rides. I like the way the truck feels. I like that, just that all-out Cummins roar. Like when you hit it, I mean, it just goes. I mean, it's just different from this. And I mean, and that's what I love about the rivalry. Like, it's just every truck has its own unique things that you like about it. All right, making my last turn up here, and we're pretty much back. That's what, 10.3, 18.7 at 18 minutes. But it doesn't stop until I make this turn here. So 18.7 is what it was. That's not bad. Wow. That's really good. I would say that for a 8,000 pound truck with 935 pound-feet of torque, that is good fuel mileage. I'm not going to spend too much time on the outside. You guys have seen these trucks enough to see what they look like. Of course, you have all LED headlights, fog lights, turn signals, DRL, 20-inch wheels. This truck looks so beautiful in black. I hate black because it's so hard to keep clean, but man, it looks so good. Do you guys think that this little chrome piece on the running boards is too much? What do you guys think? If you've been on my channel long enough, you know I'm not a huge fan of chrome, but it actually has a really nice look because there's not too much chrome, so it just fits really well on this truck. There's your radius arm there. They got some holes in there. You are going to have an independent front suspension on this truck too. Out back, you do have 8 overload leaf spring. If you get an F350, you do not get that overload. And then here's the rear of the truck. All your cameras, Class 5 receiving hitch just below. Now this truck doesn't have a spray and bed liner, but it is available. They do give you a 7-pin plug for your gooseneck or fifth wheel trailer, and then this is going to be for your puck system. All that comes together, and you also get a camera up top too. Now, one thing I want to show you are the numbers for the truck here. Let's take a look at what this truck has. As you saw on the window sticker, this truck showed that it had a 10,000 pound gross vehicle weight rating. Now, if you were to get an F350 without the downgraded payload, I believe that the gross vehicle weight rating would be 11,500 pounds. So let's take a look. your front gross axle weight rating is going to be 5,990 pounds, and your rear gross axle rating is going to be 7,230 pounds. 10,000 pound gross vehicle weight rating gives you a payload capacity of 1,888 pounds. That is shockingly low for a 1 ton. I mean, typically you're going to have anywhere between 3,000 plus payload capacity for a truck like this. I was on some forums a long time ago, and I remember a few guys being really frustrated that they bought a truck assuming that it had a certain payload. And you can get a downgraded payload on a single rear wheel and a dually. So you really have to be careful on what truck you buy, because if you go to the dealership and buy this truck, assuming it's going to have a 3,500 pound payload capacity, you'll be very wrong by thinking that, because as you see, I pulled the keys to this truck assuming it didn't have this package because I wanted to show you guys the payload without it, obviously, but of course it had it, and of course, yeah, it is what it is. But overall, be sure you do your research. Anytime you buy a truck with a downgraded payload capacity, the reason why they make these trucks this way is because some states require you to pay more for registration, and for someone who wants a 1 ton truck but doesn't want to pay the registration fees, that's their way of really getting around that. In my opinion, it's a very silly reason to offer a truck like this, because if you don't want to register your truck at 11.5, just buy a F350. But if you are buying a dually and you really don't need that capacity, because some guys prefer a dually but don't necessarily tow a big trailer, I can kind of see it for those trucks because it makes more sense. But for a truck like this, just get an F350. But again, thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope it was helpful. Be sure to watch these numbers. If you are in the market for a truck, especially a 1 ton truck, make sure you understand these numbers. But thank you guys for watching the video.